Coming up on 27. Nice girls! Very nice! Me?
Pace, what's the pace looking like?
6:38 average.
What are we looking at to finish?
Just over 4.5. 4:40 probably?
I think so, even like this.
I don't know. But we have to keep moving.
No, that's good.
So we gotta go. Look, we have 15 Ks left. That's gonna be 4:45 probably. Redo! Looking strong, my friend. Looking strong. Polly! Paul! Hey.
What is shit? It's like a fruit.
14 Ks to go, bud. 14 to go. Russell! Chris! Come on, buddy, let's do it! Polly, how you doing? Huh?
We're tired with them. 14 Ks to go now. So.
Yeah. Well, listen, 13. Taking a bit of strain after 25. Quick breather here. Heart rate is off the charts here already. It's hot, yeah.
We just had a little of it window yesterday.
Keep it cool a bit. Okay, there we go. I'm going to look at the effort comparison for the entire marathon route. So this is basically comparing everybody's basically run performance for the entire route, and you can kind of get an idea of how the race kind of played out. So here we have the map of the route here again, the top left. On the top right, we can see the people, various people that we're comparing here, and it's all relative to our front runner Greg, right? So these are only the people that inputted the information into Strava, and at the bottom we can see a graph of the sort of overall race and how it played out. So the straight black line here represents Greg, and then we are basically looking at the performance of everybody else relative to that. So let's just look at analyze the first set of 5 people, because we're going to do 5 people at a time. So right here we have the black line being Greg, Then we have magenta or purple being Brent. Nina and Bonita ran the same, ran together. So we have Nina in blue, also a proxy for Bonita, and myself in orange, and then Bradley in dark blue. So we see that from the start, Greg was going at his pace, and basically myself, Bradley, and Nina and Bonita were all going slightly slower than Bradley. That's showing in these lines going sharply down. And in other words, the pace between the two of us, the time gap is getting larger and larger. We see Brent started off faster than Greg, and he maintained that and actually increased it all the way up to about the 35k mark. After 35k's, his pace fell off dramatically. I mean, at one point he was almost 5 minutes ahead of Greg, and then he ended up being about 10 minutes behind Greg. And this is attributed to his stomach issues. I think he was feeling sick in the end. For the other guys, we can see Nina. They were kind of we were all kind of going the same pace, slightly faster than everybody else. Nina was going faster than myself and Bradley, and then towards the end, they picked it up a little bit and increased the gap. Myself, I passed Bradley, maybe 1k to go. He was helping out Graham. So this is the crossover point here where we just crossed over. I think we ended up within 2 minutes apart. So that's the first set of data. Okay, so here we have the second set of people. These are folks basically between 5 and 5.5 hours finishing time. We have myself, the reference, and then we have Bradley in purple. Light blue is Graham, orange is Charlotte, and dark blue is Terrence. So myself and Terrence ran together for about the first 22k. So that's why the dark blue is kind of sitting on the black line here. Same pace. The fastest at the gate of this group was Graham and Charlotte, who kind of went off at the same pace. And Bradley was kind of the same pace as myself and Terrence for about 10k's, and then he increased his pace. So that's where we see them diverging upwards. And then after about 10k's, Charlotte started decreasing her pace, and looks like we passed each other at about 22, 23k's. From there onwards, the time gap increased ever so slightly. So we finished off about 15 minutes apart, and myself and Terrence probably about 33 minutes apart. And we can see what happened with Bradley and Graham. They both kind of diverged, increased their pace up towards the center, and then they seem to meet up here about 34k's. And I think this is the point where Graham started having some cramping issues, and you can see their pace fell off. And we crossed out. We basically passed each other with about 1k to go. So this was basically like a look back at seeing how everybody's race played out. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.